Everyone in the neighborhood avoided the old bridge after sunset, except a little boy named Ryan, who stood there every evening holding a broken toy car, waiting for someone who never came. People thought he was strange. Some even laughed, but no one bothered to ask why he returned to that same spot day after day, until a bus driver named Mark noticed the boy crying quietly one night and walked over. Through sobs, Ryan explained that this was the place his father used to walk him home from school before he passed away in an accident, and Ryan believed that if he waited at the bridge long enough, maybe his dad would somehow find him again. When Mark heard this, his heart shattered. So instead of telling the boy to go home, he sat with him on the cold concrete, talking about superheroes and school, and promised to wait with him every evening, so he would never feel alone again. Over time, that bridge, once avoided by everyone, became the place where a grieving child slowly learned to smile again, because a stranger chose kindness. A little boy named David stood outside Mrs. Parker's bakery every evening at exactly 6 p.m., quietly watching the warm bread being taken out of the oven, never asking for food and never stepping inside, just staring through the window with innocent eyes that hid a deeper pain. Mrs. Parker, puzzled by his daily visits, finally invited him in one rainy evening when she found him soaked and shivering, and gently asked why he came every day. With a trembling voice, David explained that his late mother used to bring him to the bakery because she said it smelled like happiness, and ever since she passed away, he came there to feel close of her again. Moved to tears, Mrs. Parker hugged him and promised he would never have to stand outside alone. From that day on, David helped around the bakery with small chores, receiving warmth, meals, and care in return. Months later, David's father brought Mrs. Parker a letter his wife had written before her death, asking Mrs. Parker to look after David if anything happened to her. Overwhelmed, Mrs. Parker realized she was fulfilling the mother's last wish without even knowing it, and she vowed to continue caring for the boy who had once stood outside in the cold searching for the comfort of a lost love. A hungry little boy, trembling from exhaustion, worked at a cafe wiping tables just to earn a few coins to feed his younger brother. But while serving water to a wealthy woman, his shaky hands slipped and the glass crashed to the floor, splashing across her expensive dress, making her leap up in rage and scream that he was worth less than her clothes. The cafe manager rushed over, slapped the boy, and threw him out, and the boy quietly picked up his torn little bag and walked outside, where his brother waited in the cold. He forced a smile and whispered, "We'll eat tomorrow." The next morning, the same rich woman returned with her husband, and before they even entered, the man noticed the same boy curled up outside, trying to warm his little brother, so he approached and gently asked why he wasn't in school. The boy looked down and said his parents had died and he worked so they wouldn't starve. Suddenly, the manager barged outside again, grabbed the boy, kicked his bag, and shouted insults until the woman's husband thundered, "Stop!" shocking everyone, then glared at the manager and asked if he treated all children this way before firing him on the spot, because, as he revealed, he owned the cafe. Kneeling beside the boy, he said they were wealthy only because someone once helped him when he himself lived on the streets, and he told the boy he deserved kindness, not cruelty. Then, after learning the brothers lived in a broken building behind the cafe, the man stood, offered his hand, and said, "From today, you and your brother will never go hungry again. Come with us." The boy burst into tears, not because of kindness he expected, but because of kindness he never knew existed. A girl collapsed on the sidewalk crying loudly, because a stranger just ran off with her envelope of $12,000, her entire savings. People walked past. No one helped. A man in a suit stopped. "What happened?" "My dad needs surgery. I saved for 4 years. All gone," she sobbed. Then he sprinted away. The girl thought, "Another one abandoning me." Minutes later, the man returned, Out of breath, holding the exact same envelope. Miss, is this the one? She opened it, trembling. It was empty. Her face dropped. It's, it's useless now. The man slowly placed his hand on hers and whispered, check again. Inside was a bank slip. Surgery fully paid anonymous. The girl stared at him, confused. The man said, 10 years ago, I lost my mother because I couldn't afford her operation. I won't let you lose yours. She fell to her knees, crying into his hands. When life takes something from you, sometimes God sends someone who gives back even more.